Hello everyone, welcome back to Bonsai Expression. I'm Christoph, and today we're going to be working on a garden centre maple. Now I'm not sure which Japanese maple this variety is, can't quite remember off the top of my head, but anyway, it's a garden centre purchase and you know how overpriced they are, but it was dying and it was on offer for next to nothing, so I picked it up a couple of years back to rescue it, and rescue it I did. Now, this one, as you can see, is quite nice and twiggy. I've been working on it a couple of years, so it's nice and twiggy, although it's not without its faults, because like all garden centre material, it's just been trimmed back. But the main culprit of this one is, you can see right there in the middle, is it's been cut right back, and I've got three main branches coming from the same spot, which obviously is now producing swelling from the middle section of the trunk, which is a big no-no in the whole bonsai world. My main issue with that is, if I just move you back out again, if you have a look at the tree looks really nice because it's got all that nice small twiggy growth. It's all compact, got a little bit of growth from this year where it's extended, but generally the tree itself is coming along really nicely, as you can see. But my main issue is this, and my other main issue is, if you're in that same situation, it's gonna mean you're in love with your little tree because it looks really good. You've worked hard getting it to this point, everything's small and twiggy, but you've got that inverse taper, it's got a nice big swelling, and the longer you leave it, the worse it's gonna get. So what do? Do you go for a redesign and you broom style it? I mean, it's one way to go it. Or do you do a big cut and take it out? Or just live with it? It's a tree and you've worked hard with it. Decisions. I love this little tree. It looks nice. There's no denying it doesn't look nice. It really does. It's got a couple of faults, don't get me wrong, because of the growth this year. I mean, I need to take a couple of little branches out just to make it nice and ready to go again for next year, but that's not what I'm going to do. As much as it pains me to do, I am going to try and rectify the situation just here, because I want my trees to be correct. How do I go about this one? Well, for me, this is my front. This has been my front, and this has been my first branch just here. As you can see, that's my first branch. And then this section here, if anyone's wondering, and I get it all the time, why do I wear these gloves? Well, one, when I'm working in dirty, crappy soil, it helps me keep my fingers clean. But two, when I've got a terrible background like this today, look at it, you can see everything that's behind me just by putting my hands there. It's a good reason. So let's get back on the tree. So now you can see all the twigginess, all the buds. That's my front. This is the leader, just here. And I'm going to keep this as the leader. I'm going to keep this as my first branch. So you're thinking to yourself, what are you going to do, Christoph? Well, I'm going to spin it round this way. I'm going to have my tree as this is my front. So if I just angle you down a touch, just there, this still stays as my first branch, only is on the opposite side. This stays as my leader, just here, so you can see it, this one. But this over here now becomes my back branch. And this here, this is what I'm going to remove. So that is a tough decision to take, but I think that's where we're going to go with it. So if I take this out, I've got a nice line from my main first branch. I can then come in and make a decision and cut this one out. I can allow this one here, I just dropped my tool, I can allow this one here to grow and develop out this way over there, which will replace this section. So if I just move that out of the way, I'll grow this over here, which will replace this section eventually as a branch. And all I'm doing is basically taking this branch and I'll be moving it up higher. In fact, let me just do it instead of showing you. So I'm just going to come in, I'm going to cut. With maples, as always, you don't cut right to the end. You're going to come in and you're going to leave a little stub for dieback. So the branch we've just removed, this little branch here, this little branch right here, I intend to let grow out. And what that grow out is going to do is the branch we've just taken off, that will inherently become a big branch just here. So then as that grows in, that will develop into a branch like this. So that will look somewhat like that. So you'll have this bottom branch down here, and then you'll have a nice tree section at the top. So the tree itself will come in from the bottom. You'll have this nice section here. You'll grow up into that nice section, all like this. As this grows in like this whole section here, I just need to thin out and to trim as we want. So I'll do that now, and then I will show you how this will look by putting this one back in. So let's take it out for now. I'm just going to spin it into the direction so I can see it. Move this fly out my way. In fact, let me just take this back branch down, just there like that. There we go. So I've shortened the back branch as well. Completely remove this section, lowered it. Take those other little bits out. Just going to spin it to me. Now let me see how this section works. I need to take that whole section out, as well as that. Take that one off, cut that, and then my leader itself, which way do I want my leader to grow? Do I want it to grow left, or do I want it to go right? I think we'll keep it like that for now. For the time being, just there. Right. So you've got your first main branch, just here, just here, as you can see, first branch, you've got the trunk, just behind it. If I just angle you there like that, this is your new back branch. just here. This is that new branch that we were talking about. It's going to come across and it's going to go there. Let me get this other branch. As that grows in, it'll develop somewhere across here like this. Not going to be quite as long, but it's going to develop into this way. So if you see, you've got the left turn of this branch, and you've got the right turn of this branch over here, and then the main section of the tree will grow up. This will also grow out this way, and then we'll have a nice little crown up here. This one's probably a little bit too long. I've cut it back here, grow the buds out here. Hopefully we'll develop some more down this way, and then I've got the leader here again. Probably too tall, but if I'm growing this, I want this as the leader. So there we go, that's the tree for the time being. Just going to bring this one whole back to there. So I'll just put you back on the green background just so you can see exactly how this is now looking. So now you can see we've got that nice movement going on in the trunk all the way up. So the main leader itself is really too high, but for the time being I'm just going to leave it there. It does need bringing back. I'm going to bring you back down. So this is the first lot branch, comes out and goes off to the side here. If we move you in, you've got that back branch there, you can see. Gives you a nice bit of field of depth. If we move you around a little bit, you can see it now properly as well. So everything splits off. Over here, so this is that branch we cut back. It's now going to develop this way. So give this section some nice space to grow into. Everything is nice, fine and twiggy. So this is the front that it was before. So even from this angle, it still looks quite nice, but this would be the eye poker. But you can see we've removed this great big chasm over here that we've created. Just there. And in terms of the leader, I would like to bring it down further. I'll probably create it around here, but for the time being it is what it is. Probably needs to be about here, and then this needs to be somewhere down here for the buds. Come spring, when them leaves start pushing out, this will turn into something nice. Got to get it out of this horrible soil as well. This is still in the original soil it came in. Them garden centre soils are awful, so I'll put it into my soil, put it in a nice pot, get it in a nice growing pot, and then this should do really well come spring. So keep an eye out on this one. This will do really well. I'll do an update on this video soon. That's the Japanese maple that I rescued from the garden centre, all done. Now, as soon as spring comes, I'm going to start repotting that into my soil mix, because that soil, as I say, is minging and it's covered in all sorts of crap basically. It's got the moss in there, and it's got, I think it's got Scotch moss in there as well. It's just awful. That's probably stunting a little bit of growth as well, but I'm going to get it into some grow pots. I'm going to get it into my nice soil, and it should burst with growth. Plenty of fertiliser as well this year. Get it growing, get it fattening up as soon as possible, and I will come back as soon as I've done that video, and then about 6 weeks or so we'll get you as an update, and we'll show you how much growth and just how well it's doing, because it will be doing well as long as we've got some good growth, good roots in there. I'm sure we will have. I mean, now we probably won't. It's from the garden centre. Of course we won't have good roots. They'll be terrible. But we'll rectify them when we do the repot. Touch wood. We'll get it done. Anyway, if you like this one, please do give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. I appreciate the comments as well, so keep them rolling in. And then don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everybody.